This is Music Geek with Byron Cooke. J-Lo.
Let me show you how to do it.
Yeah, she's a global icon. Her new album, AKA, drops June 20.
I'm still Jenny from the block.
And in an Australian radio exclusive,
Your body up and drop it on the floor.
Jennifer Lopez sits down one-on-one with Byron Cooke.
Can you hear me now?
We've hooked up the satellite from Australia to New York, where J-Lo is sitting in our studios there on the East Coast. Jenny, what's happening?
Hi, Byron. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. See, obviously we have no webcam installed, but I'm assuming you're wearing the same dresses on the cover of your new album, AKA, at the moment?
That's, I guess, a good thing.
In my mind, that if you don't mind, that's how I'm going to run with this whole 15-minute thing.
You can do it.
Is that's how you're dressed?
I won't ruin your illusion. I feel comfy right now.
Great. Well,
you can imagine how uncomfortable the top from the album was.
That looks it looks quite restrictive, I'll be honest with you. You wouldn't wear that to say, I don't know, to go to Starbucks in the morning or for a workout?
No.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I really enjoyed listening to the record. I had a highly secure copy of the album that I've been able to listen to. It has now exploded. My iPad actually exploded. That was part of the condition of listening to the album.
How did you get the whole album? I don't even have the whole album right now.
I don't like to brag, but I know a lot of people, so...
Oh my God.
No big deal. But no, I heard it right through, start to finish, and I listened to it 2 or 3 times. Look, this is great. Congrats. I mean, the one thing I would say...
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Most people might have turned it off halfway through. I'm very encouraged right now that you actually went through the whole thing 2 or 3 times.
Right through it, and the last serious album interview I did was with Sam Smith, and as you can imagine, that was an incredibly depressing time for all of us, because the album is superb, but gee, that guy needs to cheer up a little bit.
A little bit. I have a little bit more fun.
You have a lot more fun. That's what I was going to say. Like, overall, as a blanket kind of feel to the album, this is a person who is clearly, it's an upbeat record. It's at times quite a joyous record. So, I mean, it's nice for me to talk to somebody who's in that mood,
Yeah. No, the record, it has a feeling, it has, like you said, a happy kind of upbeat feeling to it. There's a strength to it, I think, that's different than my other albums. I've always sang about love, but it's always kind of been in that fairy tale kind of like, oh, I'm doing love. Oh, when we broke up. Oh, but this one is kind of like, I'm strong. I'm good. Let's have some fun. You know what I mean? And it has the sexiness to it because of that. I think there's a lot of mid-tempo stuff like in my first albums, which I feel like you still get that same person. I'm still that same girl as when I started, and it's kind of a return to my roots musically, but at the same time it's very today and very reflective of where I am and who I am and what today is.
What we'll do, we'll play the song right now, the first single from her album AKA, which drops June 20. That's this Friday. It's First Love, and we'll come back and talk about it. It's an Australian radio exclusive with Jennifer Lopez. She's a global icon, and her new album, AKA, drops June the 20th. This is an Australian radio exclusive with Jennifer Lopez, and I'm Byron Cooke. She is in our New York studios tonight. We just played the first single, worldwide smash hit, First Love. And just listening to the lyrics for that song, Jennifer, I mean, very few of us, if any of us, are actually still with our very first love. We've moved on to whatever that number might be.
Right.
It's such a simple lyrical message that for some reason in pop music isn't really addressed. You know what I mean?
It's true. I think, we were in the studio hanging out, and the guys started talking. A couple of the guys are married, and we're thinking about how challenging love can be, how you have to work at it, all this kind of stuff, and how when you finally find that one person, how you think, gosh, I wish I would have met you, like you were the first person. I met you in high school and we could have just lived happily ever after instead of going through all this other stuff that I had to go through. And it's just one of those sentiments. It's such a simple sentiment, and I think great pop music is like that. It says something complex in a very simple way. And working with Max Martin and Savan on this song really, was a blessing, because they are the masters at doing that. And so I was just happy that, it came out of one of our sessions, and I got to, I'm the artist who got to record that song.
It's amazing, and it's really joyful in a way. It's kind of like, even for me personally, like I've been in love with my girlfriend. I've known her 3.5 years, been in love for that long, and it's almost like that moment where you can reconcile everything, because I don't know, it feels weird sometimes when you're with someone that you love. It's a bit of a weird thing to think about, that you've sort of had something like that with somebody else. And I like that lyrical message. It's kind of a way to hit the reset button in a way,
Absolutely. It's like, you know what? Today's the day. We start today. And I feel so strongly about you. I wish I would have met you years ago.
Is that what you're saying to me? Because we've only just met.
Yes. Can we run away together?
Seriously, just slow down, okay? Just really, seriously, tone it down. Let's get into the first track off the record, AKA. This is Jennifer Lopez featuring T.I. It is the title track, AKA, and her album drops this Friday, June 20th. It's an Australian radio exclusive with Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez's new album, AKA, is in stores on June 20th, and the new single, First Love, is available now.
You're listening to an Australian radio exclusive with a global icon, Jennifer Lopez. I'm Byron Cooke. Jennifer's new album, AKA, drops this Friday, June the 20th, and you just heard track 1 off the album. It was called AKA. It's got that great kind of EDM feel to it, that up club sound that's so hot at the moment. And then, of course, T.I., who's just everywhere, and he's got his own label. He's got a great set of ears, as well as being a great MC in his own right. That's a cool collaboration.
Yeah, I got to tell you, we were on the last kind of like days of putting the album together, and I'm listening to everything, and I'm like, the album's called AKA. AKA is a great song. I love this song. It's strong. Who could I get to be on this? And it was literally like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm at the studio sitting there with my producer and my partner and everybody, and we're just like, and I was like, what about T.I.? And everybody's like, oh, that would be amazing. Wow, how can we find him? Oh my God. So one of my friends goes, that guy who you played piano with, who was playing piano for you the other day when I was shooting something, he goes, he's T.I.'s musical director. Let me call him and see where he is.
I love this.
She calls him up. He's sleeping, obviously. Calls him up, and she's like, where's T.I.? He goes, give me a second. Let me see where he's at. Calls him. He's around the corner at another studio.
No way.
He says, I'll be there in a few minutes. I said, there's no way. They're like, no, he's around the corner. And like, you never know. They say they're going to come by. They're in the studio. Who knows what they're doing? Who knows what they're hanging out with? I don't know.
Oh.
Literally 3 minutes later, he walks in the door.
That's nuts.
I was like, what are you doing here? Oh my God. He's like, they told me that you maybe wanted me to come by. So I play him the song. I said, this is the title track of the album. I think you would be amazing on it. But listen to it. If you don't like it, no hard feelings. You can walk right out of here, no problem. He listens to it. I stop and he goes, you want me to do it right now? And I go, yes, I want you to do it right now. And he goes, okay. And he goes in the booth. And that was, the rest is history.
You're joking.
He's on the record.
That is so ridiculous. That is the most showbiz story ever.
No, it's great. And he, and he's become like, we were like working together. I'm going to do something on his album. He came to my show in the Bronx, my big homecoming show that we had last night. And it's just, it's a great thing.
That is ridiculous. We're going to move from one collaboration with T.I. to another with Iggy Azalea. This is Acting Like That, another track from Jennifer Lopez's new album, AKA, which is out June 20th, this Friday. We're going to talk about it right after this. It's an Australian radio exclusive with Jennifer Lopez. She's a global icon, and she's with us tonight for an Australian radio exclusive. It's Jennifer Lopez. She's in our New York studio. This is Byron Cooke. Her new album, AKA, drops this Friday, June 20th. And I've got to talk to you, Jennifer, about that track that we just played right there, a collaboration with Aussie MC, who's doing massive things right now, Iggy Azalea.
Well, I just, I've never collaborated with a female rapper before, MC before, and I just had my eye on her. I remember when she came out with her first record. What's the name of it? It came out like a year or two ago. Iggy.
The EP, well, the first year before the major label debut.
Yeah. She sounds so New York to me, to be honest. Like she sounds like she might live in Brooklyn or something. You know what I mean?
Well, she's from Mullumbimby, New South Wales in Australia.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
It's a place.
But for me, her sound, it sounded very New Yorky to me. You know what I mean? And just the way she talks like a girl could be walking around the streets out here. So I was like, I think I'm gonna call her because again, I had these songs that were like, again, had a different kind of strength to them, and the way I was talking about love is like, don't act the wrong way because you'll be kicked to the curb, and and so I was like, she would be so perfect for this. And I called her up and I was like, hey, would you do this for me? And she was like, in the middle of her own album promo and all that kind of stuff, and she was like, yeah, send me whatever. I said, I have 2 records, but I want you to concentrate on this one. And she was like, okay, no problem. She goes, I'll do both of them if you want. She was super into it, and I really appreciated it. And then she came out to the Billboard Awards too, and helped present my Icon Award with Ricky Martin, and we just kind of hit it off. So I'm really excited about her on this record, and I think that record that we did could actually be a single, to be honest.
do too, and a massive congrats. I know.
Did you like that one?
I loved it. I think it could definitely be a single. I thought So Good. It is a massive song, so congrats on that. I reckon that could be a single.
Thank you. I need to know this information from you.
The versatility of the album, I thought, Let It Be Me, what a beautiful song. It could be from any era. It could be from anywhere from the 60s through to now. I mean, there's a song that's a real curveball on the record that I loved. Pitbull, you've got to close with Booty. Well done. You closed with an important message, Jenny, a very important message.
You know what? You got a big booty. That's it.
All right, thanks so much. It's been a pleasure, and congrats. The record is AKA, and it's in stores June 20. Thanks, Jennifer Lopez.
Thank you so much.
Big booty, but you got a big booty. Shake that.
J-Lo.
Can you hear me now?
Jennifer Lopez's new album, AKA, is in stores on June 20th. And the new single, First Love, is available now.